Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are good and taking good care of yourselves. Thank you so much for stepping and stopping by. And today we're talking about how to make better decisions. Now, today's topic was inspired by the last conversation we had, which is the last video we had with KG, which was the power of decision making. So today we talk about how to make a better decision. And I hope the content I share today will help you, and it's more of a personal thing, but at the same time I did some research, spoke to certain people, so do enjoy the content and do use it, most importantly, especially if you see it, that it can work for you. So do use the content, and thank you very much for stopping by again. So without any waste of time, how to make better decisions. Now, the moment you decide that you want to take a decision is because you want to change something in your life. You want to cut away from the past. You want to bring in a different element in your life. See, I know that when I decided to start this YouTube channel, for example, I had to think about ways and things that I'm going to change. I didn't really think much about how my schedule is going to change, how I'm going to need to read more, how I'm going to, do all those things. And now I have to do them. So the one thing I knew for sure is that things are going to change the moment that I decide to start the YouTube channel. But I started and things changed, and I'm happy as to how they have changed. So the first step is for you to know your options. You need to know your options, right? That is the first important step. You need to know what are the different options that you have when you take a decision. So say for instance you go buy pizza, right? If you go out and you go buy pizza, you have options. You have barbecue, you have cheese and whatnot. So you have all these different options, and you go down and you choose the best one, right? But at the same time, you always need to remember that every decision that you take comes with consequences, and it comes with you standing by your decision. So you always want to make sure under step one of knowing your options, that all your options, or at least your top options, are aligned with your purpose. Okay, that's very important, because things that are aligned with your purpose are much more easier and they come naturally, and you will feel good when you take the decisions that are aligned with your purpose, right? So I for example, I knew that I wanted to empower people, I wanted to teach people, I wanted to share my life story, I wanted to share things that I believe will empower other people. So when I wanted to start this YouTube channel, I already knew. I was like, okay, no, this is definitely aligned with my purpose. I'll be able to talk to people, I'll be able to share with people, I will be able to empower someone. So that was the most important thing. So because it was aligned with my purpose, I decided to start the YouTube channel. So yeah, so you need to know your options. And step two, you need to weigh your options. So after you know your options, you want to weigh your options. So with the pizza, right? Like I said, you go to a pizza place, and you either want barbecue, you want chicken pizza. You want to weigh your options. You want to see, no, this one has more cheese. No, this one has that flavor, and this one is not expensive. This one is expensive. You want to do that. You wanna weigh your options. You want the pros and the cons. You want to go into detail. So let's take an example with lions. Whenever lions hunt, when they go hunting, they work as a team. That pride works as a team, and every lion in the pride has a specific role it needs to play. There's a chaser, there's an attacker, there's one lion that distracts the other animals, so that it runs into the attacker. So the lions need to think properly, and you'd almost believe that when they attack or when they go hunting, they planned the whole thing, if you were to see or watch lions hunting, right? So you want to make sure that when you decide, you want to plan, you want to sit down and think and do research and consult with other people, that know better than you, right? Because this particular lion, these lions know that when they miss the chance of taking down an animal or killing an animal or their prey, they know that they're gonna miss their dinner. They're not gonna have dinner. That is how bad it is. So some decisions are with life, and some are with death. Some decisions are decisions that could change your life. So every little decision that you take is very, very important, right? So you want to make sure that you take time when you decide, especially when it's something important. There are some decisions that don't really need a lot of time, But some need a lot of time because they're important. They're going to change your life. They're going to affect other people around you. And you want to take time to think about such decisions, right? So always make sure that you take time when you weigh and look at your different options, all right? So in terms of weighing your options, you want to make sure that you also consult with other people that know better than you, right? So if you have mentors, if you have friends that know better, you know, and I mean, I encourage keeping a strong circle around you so that you have a wise counsel, you know, have mentors and people that have done what you want to do. So you go to those people and you ask for advice, you know, and you weigh your options. You know the pros and the cons of taking a particular decision. But don't be too quick to ask for advice from someone who works at the jewelry store about construction. You can't ask a jeweler about construction, you know. So you always want to make sure that you ask someone who is doing what you want to do or who has done what you want to do, you know, because at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you get the best advice when you take a decision, especially important decisions, things like the kind of career you want to follow or what you want to study or the kind of business you want to start, you know, all those things, they are very important. So even relationship advice or you want to make sure that you go to someone that knows about what you're talking about. You cannot ask someone when you're married, right? You can't ask someone who's single about advice about marriage. They don't know anything. They don't know anything because they've never been married, you know. So you always want to make sure that you have wise counsel, you have a good counsel. You ask the people that have been through what you've been through. So for example, if I wanna ask someone for advice about a YouTube channel, I'm gonna go to someone who has a YouTube channel, who has more subscribers, who has more content, you know, who has done something in the sphere that I want to work in, you know. So I'd never just go to anyone in general. That is step 2, weighing your options. Now we go to step 3. You choose the best option. Now, you must always understand that leadership is equal to decision making, right? So when I'm not talking about leadership in terms of leading other people, but I'm also talking about leadership in terms of leading yourself. So someone who is a leader and who's leading his life wants to make sure that he or she takes decisions. You need to take decisions. Otherwise, people will take decisions for you. And that is the worst kind of thing that you want to happen in your life, you know. So you want to make sure that every single time you take decisions, you make decisions. The day before, tomorrow, you plan, you know, you decide as to how you'll spend your day, how you'll spend your year, what are you going to do, you know, who are you going to do it with. You know, you make plans and you take decisions over your life. So when you choose the best option, you need to make sure that you actually do take a decision. Because if you don't take a decision, some decisions can ruin you if you don't take them. They can become negative, you know. And some, when you take too little time to make it a big decision, things can go bad. But you always want to make sure that the impact is equal to the time taken to decide. Make sure that the time taken to decide is equal to the impact of the decision. So you always have to make sure that you make the decision. That is step 3. Choose the best option. The option that is aligned with your purpose. The option that is aligned with you. The option that is aligned with your values, your principles. You want to choose that option, that option that you will keep waking up for. The option that will inspire you. The option that will grow you. The option that will challenge you, you know. That is the kind of option that you want to choose. Something that makes you grow every single day. So make sure that when you decide, you choose the best option. And that is after you've weighed your option from step 2, right? So those are the 3 steps that I can share with you for you to make a better decision with your life, to make better decisions in your life about anything in general, right? You can apply this process or these 3 steps to take any decision, literally, you know. So you want to make sure that you run through the decisions, you understand the steps, you understand what they mean, and you do the work and you actually apply this decision formula, this decision making formula. And just because you've stayed, I'm going to share tips. I'm also just going to say tips that I want to share with you when you make decisions. Tip number 1, do not make decisions when you are too angry. Do not make decisions when you are too angry or too happy. You'll regret, you'll make wrong decisions, right? So make sure that you don't make decisions when you are angry or too happy. You want to make decisions when you're calm and when you are in control of yourself. Tip number 2, make sure that you have a deadline. Have deadlines. You need to have deadlines, otherwise you postpone making decision. You need to know that by the end of this month I need to decide 1 2 3. I need to be done doing research, consulting people, and I need to make a decision so that my life can change, right? So you want to have deadlines when you make a decision. Always have deadlines. And step number 3, or rather tip number 3, stick to your decision, because you weighed your decision, you chose the best option, and you went through everything. So stick with your decision. So that is all I can share with you with in order to so that is what I can share with you for you to make better decisions, take better decisions over your life, speak power over your life, speak control over your life, and speak change over your life. Empower yourself. Thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, watch my other videos. You'll probably be inspired and grow. Thank you very much.